Hello, everyone, and welcome to Survival Game Guide Wild West Dynasty Edition. So, today's episode, we're going to be looking at four base locations that you might want to potentially scout out to build your city in. We're at the first one right here. I'll bring up the map so you can see where we're at. So, it's right about this whole section here, honestly, can make for a pretty ideal base location. This is about northeastish of taxation, which is the upper half of the map here. So just head out this way and you'll come to this area. And the reason why this is a decent area for base is just there's a lot of space here, which means you can build a pretty big city and not have to worry about running out of space or anything like that. Another big reason is that it is flat here, which is rather important. As you can see, you have tons of places where you can build. Obviously, there's a few places that are a little bit rough, but by and large, there's quite a few number of flat areas where you won't run into problems with the building, which is ideal. Another great aspect is it is close to a river, so if you need to, I don't know if there's going to be washing involved ever in the future, but you can get water and such from there. I think you can fill your canteen there too, so that's great. Another ideal thing about this location, if I run over here real fast, over here, there are some buffalo over here, which is pretty cool. So if you don't build in that area, or maybe around that whole area, I suppose, you won't get rid of their spawn, maybe. So just kind of leave that area alone, just in case, I would say. But there are some buffalo, some bison that show up over there. So a good source of meat. A good source of meat, I would say, probably for you there. As well as any kind of hide or anything that you get from them. So having that right next door is pretty nice. Little benefit there. Finally, as you can see, as I just found, there is get back on here. There is a wood mill right across the road, essentially right over there. So you have plenty of wood that you can access. And I think there's another one in that area, way back there in the woods somewhere too. So, you can have a pretty good supply of wood in that area. Now I'm going to start heading towards the next base location, so excuse the running here. But the reason why this base location here isn't perhaps the most ideal is for a few reasons. The first is that while they are close to a wood mill, they're not necessarily close to any kind of stone or iron. You might find that somewhere up here. But it's I really couldn't discover any of those kind of resource areas myself when I was kind of running around this area. Not to say it doesn't exist; it might exist somewhere, but I couldn't find it kind of within the immediate vicinity. Perhaps you will. Maybe you're lucky, and if you do let us know in the comments. But I personally couldn't find it, so I was just all right, well, okay. So it's good for wood, but eventually when you're gonna need to build your stone production, your iron production, and if they implement any other kind of resources, you might not have that here. You might have to go build down south, because that's where a lot of those resources are, which means, you might have to go back and forth quite a little bit. And I haven't really dabbled too much in the production yet with this game, so I'm not sure if, that you're going to have to keep going back and forth. If you do, that could be a bit of a pain, because it is a bit of a distance. So that's something to keep in mind is that, good for wood, not necessarily great for stone or iron. Another thing is that, it's way up here. The closest city to you is Taxation, which is decent. It does have some traders and stuff there and a stable and whatnot. But I got a feeling for this game, the big kind of city to be by is going to be by Hope. I feel like a lot of story stuff is going to be happening there, which is all the way down here. And we're heading south now, so you're gonna see it takes a bit to get down there, especially on foot. On horse, hopefully it'll be a little less strenuous, but just by foot, it's a journey. So that could potentially be an annoyance for you. If you don't really have the patience for just long travel like me. I just want to have everything close by if I can, just to make things nice and convenient and efficient. But there's over there, kind of walking away, there's this cool little indigenous person little tent camp area. Obviously, I'm hoping that maybe they'll like implement some NPCs from there, maybe some quests. So that could be a good place. It could be a bad place depending on how they're making their NPCs, I suppose. Where are we going here? There you are. I was looking for Roger's house. Anyway, so that's kind of good or bad potentially depending on what happens with that. But there are like lots of little abandoned houses too that you can always explore and stuff. But like that's kind of it for this area. Like most of the action is going to be in the south, which is why again like base location 1 is maybe perhaps good to like start off maybe and kind of like see what some of the stuff is. It seems relatively safe. The buffalo, they're there, but they aren't super aggressive. At least they didn't come attack me when I went near them anyway. So fingers crossed that they do the same for you. They're just nice and peaceful. So there's all that. But we're heading south now for the remaining 3 base locations. And the main reason why they are all in the south is because they are all close to various resources. In particular, stone and iron, which, you're going to be needing that for the blacksmith and just to have stone in general. Because stone can't really be found in large quantities here in the up or down in the south there. Like stone is all over the place up here. You can easily pick it up and whatnot. But it's a little bit harder to find, in my opinion, down south. Like, and then this is stone, not red stone. There's plenty of red stone down south, but you need like just normal stone to make a lot of your stone tools and whatnot. And the main place to find that is like by Roger's home down south, and I think that's it. So that's kind of annoying. So having like a stone mine is extremely helpful in my opinion, just to have that ongoing supply of stone, which you'll need down there. There's also like woodbines and whatnot down there as well. Oh, this guy is like, I'm so tired of running, and I wish I could get you a horse, my man, but I can't. So sorry. But we're coming up to the elevator here, which you take down into the southern part of the map. I believe this is our hermit friend, so we should be able to just go right this way. So like this is like, for example, like here's the stone that you can pick up all throughout this map. So you can get stone, plentifully here, but down south, not the case. It kind of feels like the game is pushing you to build a base down there. You can probably build it like up here if you want to. Like again, like that location that I showed you. But I feel like a lot of the action and whatnot, the quests are all going to be down south. There's like they might have you come up here now and then, but I just feel like south is going to be where to go essentially. And then another reason is that like that was really the only flat place that I could find that was also like a large area. There's a lot of hills. Guess some stuttering going on here. There's a lot of hills and bumpy terrain that makes it really difficult to build on. This game so far anyway has like really specific building conditions. If it's like even slightly bumpy, you can't put a foundation on, which is super annoying, let me tell you. So like you might find like a little patch of land where like maybe you can build like a house or like another building, but like that's it. You don't have room for anything else because either there's like a slope or a hill in the way, or it's just too bumpy. So that's it's annoying, and that's just kind of like what the terrain is like up there in the north. So we're heading south here. We're going to go down our little elevator to the southern portion of the map. Hello, Roger. Now Roger tells you that you could like go build in like your farm or your family home. And since it's kind of like sort of on the way, I guess I'll just run over there, so you guys can see what it looks like. Because you find out that your family had like an old farm here, and the mayor wants it because it's amazing. I guess I don't know. But like the problem is, at least at this point, you can't like break down any of the buildings or anything. So like you're kind of stuck with the structures there. You can't remove them, so you can build your own, like brand new structures. And this is a problem because there's not. I'm gonna carefully avoid that boar. There's not much land to actually build on. Like this is your family's place right here. You can't like tear down that shed and build like a new one, which is really annoying. Unless you can, and I'm just like, it's just glitching for me. But so like, you don't have really much land to build new structures on, especially a city, in my opinion, in this like little tiny area. So like, if you want to, like, if you don't plan on building a city, then, that's great for like a house. but not ideal for anything else. So we're going to just ignore what Roger says there for now, and we're just going to go build our city elsewhere. So our next city location is kind of like right down here in south. That's where we're going to be heading towards. It's where I currently have one of my, currently where I'm building my city, I suppose. I only have like a house down right now. You know, it's a process. But we're heading that way now, so you'll kind of see how to get there. You go from Roger's house past this unfortunate tree with a hanging man on it. Just follow the road, the tracks. We'll let this guy kind of catch his brother. And I believe it's right around the corner here. Here we are. After finishes stutterings. So here is base location number 2, essentially. And as you can see, I've built some structures on here already. And the whole location is really like from over there to over there. Like you have plenty of room to like expand and build fields and whatnot. Now, obviously, there are a few problems with this area, which is there are predators in here. Like those little foxes will come and bite you. You got the boar over there who will attack you. So those are things to keep in mind. Obviously, they might go away once I start building kind of like in their spawn location, so that might not be a problem before too much longer anyway. But another great thing about this base location is that there are also like lots of resources. Like there's like a stone resource over here. Yeah, there we go. You can see kind of right here. This map is like problematic, but you can kind of see there's like a stone little thing here for that. So you know you have that right here, right at your base, which is cool. There's like a wooden one too, not too far from here. And I will say the one downside of like the southern area is that it doesn't have that much wood, so building is kind of like a pain. So getting like a wood mill down as quickly as you can might not be a bad idea. Whereas like the northern part has a ton of wood, but not any kind of like stone or anything like that. So so basically base location 2 is really like all throughout this area. Like here's an iron little vein right here. I'm just gonna run right through these guys because I don't want to be attacked. But yeah, so like base location 2 right down there where I'm building currently. It's just great because you know it's flat, it's pretty big. You got lots of room to expand on. It's relatively protected in terms of, like, you know, nobody can sneak up on you that much because you can easily close off some of the openings, which is, you know, great. Because I don't know if, like, eventually bandits are going to come and attack your city. I don't know. I don't know what these guys got planned. So, you know, just having that kind of, like, solid wall around you is, in my opinion, perhaps advantageous. So we're going to go now to base location number 3, which is just down this way a little bit. We're going to slowly fall because we are stuttering again, because that's just this game for you. That's just how it is. So that's like, again, this whole area right here is base location number 2. Base location number 3, I believe, is like right around here-ish, so we're going to be heading that way, not too far. I think, was it this place? Was the windmill, or the windmill? It was something around here. There was a wooden cache. Yep, there it is. I knew it was around here somewhere. I knew it. So that's really not too far from, like, base location number 2 either. So, again, not crazy. From like many resources, which is awesome. Also, it's also pretty close to Hope. I think we're actually coming up to Hope right now. So like, you know, when you got to do your trading, or if there's like any kind of quests that bring you to Hope, it's kind of just down the road a little bit, essentially. We're gonna keep on going. Yeah, there it is, like right over there. There's Hope. So that's pretty great too. We're just gonna keep going this way. Hello, everyone. But yeah, to get to base location number 3, essentially, we're just going to be running down the road. This poor guy. His stamina is so sad. I think... Do I need to get up? Get on up? No, we should keep on running. There we are. We're coming up here. Alright, so base location number 3 is right here. And again, this is pretty flat land. Again, you can also kind of expand beyond further, like all the way back there. I'll take out a little hammer here so you can just see real fast. So yeah, you can see there's plenty of land here for you to build all your foundations on and whatnot. Obviously, the closer you get to the slope, you know, the more problems you have. But there's plenty of land here for you to just, start building and having, start building like a relatively big city for yourself. With plenty of room to expand, which is great. And obviously, you're kind of close to like you're really close to Hope. Like this is here. Hope's right here. So if you need to, run to and from the city, to do your trading and whatnot, it's right there, which is awesome. And I thought there was like there's a coyote over there. That is the con. There is that there is some predators who spawn in this area now and then. I'm gonna actually just go through. I'd rather not get eaten. So that's something to watch out for. But again, I think if you build like on their spawn location, they might like stop spawning potentially. So that could be something that you easily take care of. So we're gonna keep heading this way now. That was base location number 3, which is again just really this whole area right here. And again, you can expand as much as you want. Now, our last base location, we're going to be heading north up here a little bit. We're going to go past the Dali Malloy house. I have no idea who that is yet. We have yet to meet them. I don't think they're implemented in the game just yet. So maybe they're a friend. Maybe they're an enemy. I don't know. We'll find out. But we're going to head past her house, essentially. We're just going to... it's really just following this road, honestly. But there are plenty of resource areas throughout this area. I think there's some along this back here too, which you might be able to use to your advantage. Oh, the stuttering is so rough. It's so rough, guys. Come on now. But yeah, so like there's like some little settlements, obviously, kind of like around some of these base locations too. Some of them are abandoned. Some of them look like they could potentially be housed, like have actual NPCs in them. So I don't know if they're going to be good or bad at that point. I'm curious to find out. So you might we'll see if like we end up building like right next to an enemy spawn or something. I don't know. So our last base location is right to the north of like this little village here, and as of this time, this village, there's nothing to do like in this village exactly. Like nobody really talks to you. I'm assuming quests will eventually be here, and who knows. But like this might be a place where you buy livestock or something, because it looks like this is like there's some padlock going on here. There's some farmer people hanging out. Oh, this guy's doing T-pose. That's always a great sign. Love that for him. This guy has, like, really pink hair. Like, his hair is, like, freaking out. I'm pretty sure they did not have neon pink hair dye in the Old West, but what do I know? So, like, there's clearly some stuff that needs to be, fixed up still here. But we are coming up to the next base location. It's just right up here. But yeah, so, like, you're going to be right next to them, for example, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I have no idea who these people are just yet. But if you don't mind the neighbors, there you go. Here we are. Okay, so our last base location is here with Mr. Coyote over there. But as you can see, it's big, it's expansive. I'll bring my hammer out. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. You can see that there are quite a few places. Again, a few little areas where you can't for whatever reason. But by and large, quite a few green places for you to put your foundations down. And build an expansive city. And to be honest, some of the problem might be just because there's like a redstone in the way, so you might just need to pick it up and then it'll go away. Alright, obviously the bad thing is that there is that guy over there. He was here last time I was visiting as well, so, something to contend with. But here it is on the map. You can kind of, there we go, see it here. It's really all this area here is our final base location number 4. All throughout here. And you can even, I think, expand over here, too, if I recall correctly. And I know there's, I think there was, a resource area, something around here, too. I might be mistaken. But another kind of cool thing about this area, like I said, you could also just build down here, too. You could have houses up there or something, production or fields or something down here. I don't know, do what you want, right? Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought. So, yeah, there's, a stone thing. There's a stone resource area right there. Which is really nice. So you have that in your backyard essentially. Real easy to do that. And then if we come over here, if he'll let me, because he's really tired. Not that I blame him. He's been running around all day. And then boom, here's like an iron one right here too. Again, like right next door. So like that's not bad for in terms of its size, its flatness, and you are also just super right next door to two really important resources. And if we head down this way without breaking our body, potentially. Yeah, buddy, you do that roll. Yeah. You are here at Troubled Pond. That's what this place is kind of like called. And the nice thing about this area, I think there might be a wood resource somewhere around here. But more importantly, like there's a good amount of, let's see if I can't find where I got to bay here. That's not it. Yeah, there we go. Here's the wood mill. So, you have like wood right there too. Again, not too crazy far from your base. So, not bad. Where is it? I'm trying to get to zip list that I need to get to. It might be on the other side of this, actually. I know, man. I'm so sorry. I'm having you run all over. Just take a breather. There we go. Alright, we're going to have to go through some of these guys. There's so many of them. Oh, boy. And they still have, like, that spawning problem, so we'll see how this goes. I'll just run through. It'll be totally fine. They won't bother me at all. Okay, so here we are at Troubled Pond. And this is, like, not too crazy far from this base location. And the nice thing is that there's clay just hanging out here. So, oh my gosh. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. The spawning. So you can... Oh, now he disappeared. Spooky. But you can get, like, a good amount of clay just right over here. And that's, like, where am I? Here I am. So, like, we're here. That base location is, like, all right here. So it's not too far. And honestly, it's not too far from this base location either. So, if you need clay, you can get it pretty easily right here at the Troubled Pond, Dali Malloy house area. So that's pretty great. And it's really pretty here, too. So, honestly, but the problem with this is that, like, it's not flat enough. Or, oh my god, please. Please stop spawning close to me. It's not flat enough, and there's not enough room either, in my opinion. So you can maybe build, like, a house, or maybe, like, another structure or two, but, like, you're not going to have enough room to build some of these other, city buildings. So that's kind of primarily why we kind of chose the 4 that we chose. And again, those are this area here, base location number 1. You got the wood mill there. Base location number 2 is right down here. You have, this whole area right here that you can do. Base location number 3 is this whole area here, also essentially right south of the map here. And then our last one is right up here. And all the areas here in between, in my opinion, are either too small, or too hilly, or they have, like, these canyon thingies. In the way as well, where you can't build because they're in the way. So hopefully, another wooden mill for us. But yeah, hopefully that helped you, perhaps save you a little bit of time in finding, the ideal location for your base. I like how there's like an invisible wall here for some reason. Otherwise, but yeah, so if you guys do find any other locations, do let us know in the comments. Hopefully you found that helpful. If you have any questions, be sure to ask. But that is it until next time. So thanks so much for watching. Until next time, keep surviving, keep thriving.